This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Legacy United Infernac Universe Shard figure. So this is that thing where they're kind of loosely based on the Rock Lords from the 80s, which was an offset of the GoBots. And while they couldn't actually use the Rock Lords themselves, or I'm not even sure they could use the names of them, they decided to still kind of base something sort of on them since Hasbro got somewhat of those rights. And I believe Infernac for the Infernac universe refers back to the Inhumanoids, which was also a Hasbro product. Not a bad cartoon either. On the side of the box, we get kind of a picture of him in robot mode and a close-up of his face, which kind of reminds me of Waspinator with the little mandibles there. On the side, we just get some of that artwork that they were doing before. And of course, if you have like the opposing bit of artwork, they come together in one picture. And on the back of the box, we have his robot mode, vehicle mode, and then we notice that he's designed to pull apart and become equipment for the other Transformers. Well, let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Wow, this is a lot of extra parts. Huh. This might be a little bit more tricky than I thought. But let's take a look at the back of the package here. So we do see this kind of thing where they... Oh, I see. Okay, so this whole thing where it kind of makes it look like it's a bow. Or maybe I don't see it. You know what? I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. We might have to look at the instructions just to kind of get a look at what the different variations are on this thing. But one of the things that they were showing on the package was, of course, this being kind of used as his handheld weapons. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so those would go on there to kind of... do the feet. Where do the... I'm not sure where you would put these parts, though. Unless... Oh, I hate that. Oh, we got those on the sides there. Honestly, these are the kind of things that can probably fit just about anywhere where he's got the ports. Give him extra thick thighs if we want. Or we could probably stick them back here. Honestly, it's probably the most logical spot for that. Kind of surprised there isn't like a thing down here to use this kind of like as a handle. Because something like this would have been a nice extended sword. But anyway. Take off all the extra parts here. We'll talk about the articulation. The head spins around. It's likely on a ball joint. It does appear as if he has light piping for his eyes. You can see, maybe see the little thing in the back. His arm has a spin. There's a hinge that goes into a nice 90 there. There's a bicep cut at the elbow joint. Single joint articulation here. And a spin at the wrist. We do have a waist swivel. Ah, jeez. Although there's a lot of interference by his tail. That's the whole thing with the weaponizers. They fall apart really easy. I'm not a big fan of the way the tail doesn't have a whole lot of give either. We can hinge out and back, forward, and back again. Single joint at the knee, a little better than 90, not by much. We do have a rocker joint and a hinge. So that brings us to the point of trying to transform him, I guess. I'm just going to take all the extra equipment off of him now for that. Now, supposedly, like the first set of weaponizers had to basically be fully pulled apart to transform, and then with the Junkion ones, they didn't have to be. I'm not sure what category these guys fall into, but, well, I guess we'll find out. This is another one of those ones where I'm kind of questioning where the head is supposed to go, because... Oh, there we go. If we turn the head around, we can fit it in that crevice. Let's see. Wait a minute. Like, okay. There we go. Okay. So we gotta line up the fringe on the arm to the top here. Ah, crap on a cracker. Okay, so we're kind of at this point right now. See if we can peg all that into place there. Yeah, so the thruster things do have a little spot set up in there to go with this. So like that. And then these would just attach to the side, and we have our little stone helicopter, or crystal copter in this case. You know, I am honestly surprised that that spins as well as it does. Unfortunately, there's nothing there to actually hold the blades into the proper position, so they can actually shift out of the way. Although, let's see. You could also have like a dual rotor type of situation like this if you wanted. So there are options. The transformation actually wasn't bad. The real question here, though, is how much of his body is actually usable as a weaponizer, because most of this honestly does not look like it is. Oh, I got that backwards, apparently. Because, I mean, if you look at, there's not much that comes off of this guy at this point. Although, why is this thing not locking into place? There we go. Because if we look here, maybe we're not supposed to use those parts. This is apparently supposed to be a weapon or a shield. These are little additional bits of armor. And then my problem before was I couldn't quite figure out how to make the bow out of this other rest of the stuff here. Alright, so I had to cheat, use the instructions a bit. Alright, so I think this one's the wrong way. Squeeze play here is probably not the best choice for this. But okay, so that's supposed to be like the bow. Oh, his arms come off too. I thought that was just a fluke. So if we want, we can give him extra arms too. So yeah, basically you cripple this guy here by stealing his arms, legs, and blades and weapons. Everything that would allow him to move. And you can give another Transformer additional arms, some really crappy looking bow weapon, a little bit of extra armor. And again, I don't know what exactly that was supposed to be with, like... Like, that's just dumb. You know, it'd be one thing if, like... I don't know. Can we put these... Because I don't think these will even fit on there either together very well. Like, it almost looks like it could be a shield or some other kind of weapon, I guess. But, yeah, that's just stupid. I'm just going to straight out say that in the case of this figure, the weaponizer aspect of him is quite the stretch. There, that's the thing that looks kind of like a bow. Yeah, this is just kind of sad. Like, out of all these guys, honestly, for the Infernac universe, this was my favorite design. That's why I was willing to buy him, even if he was on sale for a slight discount. But as far as the weaponizer aspect of this guy goes, that's just sad. So, I mean, this is just kind of cruel. Like, at least with, like, the early weaponizers, you were able to reuse all of the parts. So so the Transformers were basically carrying the entire other character with them. But with these guys, it's like, hey, we're going to steal your parts and leave you behind. Don't worry about it. Or at least with this one. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's what they're for. Is this just not like one of the worst ideas for a weaponizer? Yeah, we can get his little blades back there out of the way. But hey, I am definitely curious to know what you guys think of this figure. Overall, I mean, I like the robot mode. I like the vehicle mode. I think it looks pretty cool. The Crystal Copter is kind of a nice design. Weaponizer is just kind of dumb. And like I said, I would call it cruel also. You know, you're ripping off his arms, legs, and his propeller. That's basically everything that he needs in order to even attempt to move. Because you know what? If you leave him his propeller at least, he still has a chance of flying out there, but not without the other stuff. But if you enjoyed this quick look at this guy, please feel free to leave a comment. Hit that like button. Subscription would be awesome. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.